Hello there YouTube! In today's video I have a little bit of something special in store for you. I climb at the gym where Legends Only is held, which is a yearly competition where they invite some of the strongest athletes in the world to compete against each other in a kind of show type format. Back in 2017 they invited 6 women to compete, and in that year they also set this masterpiece of a boulder. Now, 2021, they've rebuilt this exact climb to every detail, and it's a perfect replica, if you will. Back in 2017, I tried it, and we shot a video for Eric's channel on it. This right here was my best go, but ultimately I didn't do all of the moves. And this move in particular proved to be my crux. Here we have some footage from EpicTV. I'll put a link to it in the description, and they do a sort of highlight reel that I'd really recommend you guys watch. They do it every year, just some great summaries of each comp, and it gets you really psyched for climbing. Anyway, the way the competition works is that each competitor has 2 working days on the boulder before the actual competition. So they try the boulders together, work through the beta, and at the time of the competition they know exactly what to do, as opposed to how the World Cups work, where a big part of the challenge is figuring out how to find the optimal beta. They also only have a total of 3 attempts each, and because of this the boulders are a little bit harder than your standard World Cup boulder, but also a little bit less tricky, I'd say. This yellow one they slapped with an 8B/V13 tag, and the style of it is very physical, technical, and also position dependent. In the competition, Fanny Gibert was the only one to top it at the day of the event, but I'm actually a little bit unsure how it went during the working days. Anyhow, this leads us to today, where we're taking a look at my attempts on it now, 4 years later, to see if I've gotten a little bit stronger and if I can now do all of the moves. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video, because at that time I'll make a brief comparison between the 2017 version of myself and today's, and just talk through some of the different technical aspects to my climbing and how things have changed, I suppose. Oh, well, I have finished getting myself ready for the climb. I've been warming up a little bit and just trying out some of the moves. And this is going to be the first proper red point burn for this year. So let's just jump into it and try it. Ooh. Good slip. Okay, one more go. Okay, I'll hop on there and try the last sequence and just see how it goes. It's fun though. It's really cool to just explore a boulder that you haven't seen in 4 years, because you get stronger at a lot of things, but this type of power climbing on big holes, I have no idea if I'm stronger at or if I'm roughly the same. That sequence went very easily, so maybe we can go this year. That's cool.
That would be so cool.
Okay. It's kind of like a battle against myself, which is super fun, but I'm honestly a little bit nervous because I don't know, I want to feel stronger than I did a couple of years ago. Already it feels better for sure. It's just hard to know how much better it's supposed to feel. But yeah, this is fun. This is a good lesson for sure. And it's cool to realize that a couple of because I actually looked at a beta video myself yesterday, and then I had to put my right foot down to the right because I couldn't engage the heel well enough. I wasn't I didn't have open hips to the extent that you need to go up with the right hand when I match it. like details. Body tension still wasn't quite there. I think I want to do it once before I hop on it from the start. So I'll give it one more attempt. That time matching and everything felt super solid. So I think it's getting closer, and I think I'm learning the moves, and that's really cool. I mean, it's just a banger hard boulder. It's really cool to climb on. All right, let's go. Yeah, cool.
Nice.
Done it in 2 parts now. And the second part is if I hit the hole, I think I'm there. I think I got it then. Let's do it. Oh no!
Woo.
I went a little bit too far down low. So when I was about to match, the heel just popped right off. I'll rest up and then try it again. It's hard to know what you're doing wrong. I think the big issue there was my right foot has to be way further up on the right. Like, shoulders were kind of correct, but I gotta move my body over here first to match more solidly. So it does feel like I can control my body very well in the move. It's not like it's hard to get the right momentum. It's purely about getting right, what's the word? Yeah, just body position. No. This is really cool. We've had some setbacks with the van, with a shit company. I won't go into it too much right now. Might make an update later on. But essentially, we're stuck in Sweden for a little while longer. But it's just about ready to go, and it's kind of an okay timing because I got to try this, and this was honestly like, I mean, it's not the big island, but it's really fun, and it's like a very cool experience to hop on something that you've done a couple of years prior. Because it's like you always have that sense of progression, of course, to some extent. Like, you get a little bit more flexible, you might get stronger at something, but it's really hard once you get up to a certain level to know how much you're improving. Because I mean, back then I think I was probably as strong as I am right now, but I was nowhere near as technical, and I had some weaknesses, more like bigger weaknesses, like smaller crimps I'm stronger at now, and like a lot of stuff that isn't really my style I'm stronger at now. But back then I was like pretty specific. I don't know, it's cool to see that the other things actually come into play on this one, for instance. I definitely feel it's a pretty big difference. Back then it was like I'm weighted to do any of the moves, and now it feels okay, feels good even. Maybe I should do something like that instead. Maybe switch to my toe. Like maybe go up with the heel, switch to toe for the match. Just to make it more...
It looked very solid now when you tried it.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Yep. Yep.
It's more physical though. The heel, when I did that the first time, was really just, you know, you go in and then you can kind of static the move. When I go with the toe, I can get higher up. It also means that when I match it, I have to really engage my back. The issue with that is that for the last move, or not the last, but the move after, your back is such a crucial part for the tension that if you're a little bit tired, I think it could be quite hard. But we'll see. I'll try that for sure. It did feel very doable, and that's a good start.
maybe it's better, but I think I was doubting myself a little bit too long. Because there I had the left foot, like here I think. I don't want to have it here. I'm gonna try one more thing, see if I can bump all the way to the top first, instead of matching, and see how that feels. Yeah, very exposed on the shoulder, but that was actually pretty good. I could, fuck, maybe I should try that. I could almost static the move that way.
So now you have 3 options. What are you going for?
I'm gonna try the static motion one more time. If that goes now, that's like 100% will go if I try hard enough type of move. Okay, we go with this static approach. That was, yeah, it was cool. I felt like my shoulder was a little bit strong. That's cool. I wouldn't say that I'm the most, usually I can have a hard time with shouldery type of moves, but I think it's more when they're like extended Gastons or above your head. Because I have pretty low mobility, or in fact I have extremely low mobility in my shoulders for like a fairly strong climber. But yeah, when I'm down here, I noticed that like, okay, I can get a lot of strength from this. So that was really cool. I'll try that for sure. Oh, that's good, but I think I hit the right hand slightly off. So when I was about to lock in, I got to a point where it's like, damn, I can't go any further. But yeah, I'll definitely try that beta again, because I think if I would have been able to crank a little bit more, it should have gone. So, next burn. Lock in with the shoulder, go hard. No excuses. Oh man, that was close. Did you see the left hand? Oh my god, when I hit the left hand on the volume up there, my pinky didn't want to tag along. So I hit it and I literally lost, wait, give me a second, I'm gonna demonstrate something. You know, with your shoe, before I had tension like this, right? And I hit it. Here, I got it like so. I had like almost nothing.
I didn't.
I had this much tension on it. Yeah. Like, I was completely extended in my toe because I lost tension as soon as I hit it.
Yeah.
Because of the pinky slip. I was like, bump it, bring the tension down to the foot, and then we were good.
Yeah, I kept my breath from that move all the way to the end.
I was like, when I readjusted, I was like, okay, shape up, don't this up now.
That was so impressive. Well
Thank
done.
you. That was really cool. I win versus 2017 me.
Okay, so this seems like a good place to stop. So I told you we'd compare me with me, but 4 years later. 2 obvious differences exist. 1, I can now grow a beard, and back then I had next to 0 facial hair. 2, back then, when we shot the video, I was about 69 or 70 kilograms in weight, and now I clock in at around 79, sometimes 80, around there. So there's about a 10 kilogram or 20 something pounds for you Americans out there of a difference. So this extra weight is mostly in the form of beard, of course, but a bit of muscle is there as well, and the usage of that can be seen when we compare these 2 videos. If we take a look at the first move, it's actually very similar. It's a bit desperate. However, the second move is where we quickly can see the difference. Notice how the difference in power from the core and upper body, and how in the current video I'm able to get my entire heel on top of the left hold. And this is a classic example of being more connected throughout your entire body. My core is working with my arms better now than they did before. Second off is this move up to the right. And if you look at how much more I can lock my back and arm in, that's where the real gold is. This allows me to get much higher up on the shoulder, and therefore I can lean in on it quite a bit more, causing a less strenuous load on my shoulder as well, allowing me also to engage my back even further. I do fall off shortly after though, but that's mostly due to worse beta. Second off, let's take a look at what used to be the crux move. The obvious first error here is that I try and stand up on the ship that's on the top of the hold. And this is done for two reasons. One, I'm a big boy. It's hard to use a tight foot and tight position when you're big. Two, I pull up and I immediately release tension from the left foot. And we've talked a little bit about that during the video, how I have to focus a lot of my tension throughout my body and down into my foot. On this move, it's more important than any other to maintain that tension throughout, and back in 2017 I just had no idea how to even begin doing so. I'm sad to say that there's unfortunately no more footage of me trying this boulder, so I think it's time to start wrapping this thing up. If you thought the video was enjoyable to watch, then feel free to let me know in the comments or with a little thumbs up, and if you want to see more, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, folks.